Fannie Farkle's name might have been inspired by the Farkle family skits of the 1960s, but their food is still inspiring Gatlinburg after 40 years. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. Today we'll look at Fannie Farkles, a very popular food and entertainment destination in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Known for their Olge's corn dog and carnival-style sausages and hot dogs, as well as their lively arcade, Fannie Farkles has been a favorite destination for kids and families alike for over 40 years. There are two reasons this place is so popular, one being that they offer a somewhat affordable quick eats, and the other reason that they have a children's-style casino, aka arcade. Its colorful, festive facade attracts the eyes, and the smells of sizzling peppers and onions draw people in. It's hard to walk by their place and not pause when you see staff frying up the onions and peppers through their open windows. Even if you're like me and don't actually like onions and peppers, the combined aroma of foods is more than enough to make you consider stopping for a quick bite. Fannie's might look like an old place with their carnival-style facade and slightly chipped and antiquated veneer, but they really aren't that old. This feeling of age is intentional, at least from what I could tell. From the logo, a stylish brown-haired woman dressed for the 1800s in her blue petticoats and feathered hat, and the old-time carnival lights and colors. It's not hard to feel nostalgic, or feel like you've been transported into another time. But Fannie Farkles was actually open in 1981. 4 decades of hot dogs and plush toys handed out as prizes. This place has some age, but its character is more reminiscent of the turn of the century, not the 1980s, which we all know had its own bizarre flair. It was opened by Marion Paul, an entrepreneur with a history in the carnival business. But after 40 years, Marion decided it was time to move on and sold the food stand and arcade to Jim and Matt Knowles, who have continued the tradition and kept the place the same, from what I could tell anyway, which for some people who have been coming to the Smoky Mountains for years are quite happy with. If you head over to the website, the owners have highlighted stories of some of the families and guests who have their own stories and reminisce about their past at Fannie Farkles. I was curious about the name and logo, but could only find one other place that the name might have come from. Apparently, there was a comedy show in the 1960s, similar to Saturday Night Live from what I could tell. The skits highlighted a family called the Farkles, and there was a wife in the family named Fanny, so Family Farkle, I guess. The iconic Fanny that is seen on the tiles and walls of the establishment in Gatlinburg have little to no similarities to the Fannie Farkle in the sitcom, but the name is very unique, and there is a sense of humor and whimsicalness that you sense when you're at the restaurant and arcade. So there could be a connection. I can't say for sure. It does seem somewhat suspicious, though. The motto of Fannie Farkles is "Come for food and stay for fun," but many might prefer to say "Come for fun and leave broke." As with most places in Gatlinburg, it isn't cheap to eat or play here, though compared to other restaurants in the area, it's pretty cheap. They have a limited menu, hot dogs, corn dogs, and sausages, although it does say that there's cheesesteak, but I've actually never seen anyone eating it. I'm sure it's there, I just never tried it myself. They do sell drinks with enough sugar to get your 10-year-old bouncing off the walls and turn a sleepy sloth into a parkour champion. But you're on vacation, so why not indulge, right? The sugar high might even lead to a nice long nap and a quiet break from your chaotic vacation, either for you or your kids. The seating here is one of the issues that I don't like. They have benches along the parkway that you can share with one of the lovely little bear, pumpkin, or snow people that crop up seasonally in Gatlinburg. Or you can stand at one of the, standing tables they have for guests on the side of the building. But they really don't have a place to stop and sit and actually eat. This isn't that kind of place. It's grab and go. That's what you're doing here. Now, since arcades are not my thing, I'm not going to spend a long time talking about it, but it does have a small arcade inside. Like I said, it's not very big, but there is more than enough games inside to empty your wallet. So some of you might be thinking, why are we talking about a food stand in the middle of Gatlinburg? I mean, what's so special about it? Why bother with the whole video? The thing is that this food stand has a history in Gatlinburg. 40 years is a long time for a place that sells hot dogs and has a little arcade. The fact that the owner also uses the Olge name in her food implies a history with one of the founding families in the area, which means something to the Gatlinburg history buffs out there. And here's the other thing. People will stand in line for a long time to get one of those famous Olge hot dogs or sausages. The video footage you're looking at here was on New Year's Eve, which, the lines during that time were just atrocious no matter where you were. But people were waiting there for a long time to get one of their treats at this stand. That says something to me. It implies that there might be others of you out there who think, well, should we try it? Now, I wouldn't go out of my way to go here, but there is something to be said about cheat days and junk food. I admit that Fannie Farkles has become one of my favorite places for a quick meal. There is a charm to the place that draws me in, and I also admit that I like to indulge in really bad, unhealthy foods at times. Serving sizes are quite generous, and we can stop and pick up our meal and continue to shuffle down the parkway with greasy grins and ketchup stains on our shirts. I hope this video helps you learn more about the Smoky Mountains or helps you plan for your own next trip. You're getting an honest review from our personal experiences, but facts and things change. So keep us in the loop if you learn anything new and want to share your experiences in the comments. Thanks again for visiting us at Fairfax of the Smoky Mountains. Please click that like button and subscribe to our channel.